Tonight on Connecticut's news station, survivors, family, and friends come together in Maine. Their first night out and about since deadly gun violence shattered their lives and killed 18 people. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is in Lewiston.
It's been an emotional 3 days here in Lewiston. The lockdown is now over and people are starting to leave the house. But that is just to begin the grieving process. I'm going to have more on that story coming from Maine up next.
Also tonight, families of hostages held in Gaza wait for word about their loved ones as Israel's leaders offer comfort and a warning that the next stage of the war is coming.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin with breaking news tonight. Reports say actor Matthew Perry has died. In just the last year, the star of Friends and many films revealed his long struggle with substance abuse. TMZ and the Los Angeles Times are reporting Perry was found in his hot tub at home, apparently drowned. There's no sign of foul play. We'll bring you more as we learn it. Matthew Perry was 54. Now to the latest tonight from Lewiston, Maine, where people came together in prayer and in solidarity. A candlelight vigil in Lewiston drew hundreds to that Maine town square. Neighbors shared stories on those lost to gun violence and about their roller coaster of emotions.
You know, we rise from the ashes and try to, you know, as Lisbonites, if you will, and Lewistonians, we're a tough brand, a tough group of people, and we'll take the moxie we have and love each other and kind of come out of it. So, yeah, but just horrible times, you know, heart-wrenching. Probably like most of us, I was from tears to angry to upset and frustrated moment by moment.
Last night, authorities found the body of Robert Card dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in a trailer near a recycling facility where he had worked. He was found along with more guns. The discovery ended the massive manhunt for the suspected gunman who police say fatally shot 18 people at a bowling alley and a bar in Lewiston, Maine on Wednesday. Investigators say they will be spending the next days and beyond retracing the gunman's steps and trying to piece together a motive. Tonight, we're getting a closer look at that investigation. Matthew Torres has the latest from Lisbon, Maine.
Just down the street is Maine Recycling Corp, and on the other side of the facility, that's where authorities say they found Robert Card dead inside a trailer in an overflow parking lot.
Tonight, new details on how a massive manhunt for 40-year-old Robert Card came to an end. Maine State Police finding his body inside a box truck at the Maine Recycling Corporation in Lisbon early Friday night. Law enforcement had checked and cleared the Maine property twice before.
We cleared trailers that are there on that business footprint. Nobody had any idea that across the street, across Capitol Avenue, there's an overflow parking lot.
Public safety officials say the owner was diligent, urging police to search the overflow parking lot, especially since he had worked there before. Police found Card, who appeared to have shot himself inside one of about 60 trailers in the overflow property, and 2 guns at the scene.
One picture that I saw looked like he had the same sweatshirt on that he had the picture that we put out at the bowling alley.
The public safety commissioner suggests Card may have walked a trail along the river from where he abandoned his car by boat launch Wednesday night.
I expected them to find him in the river.
David Druin lives near Robert Card's family. He describes the past few days as crippling after authorities say Card shot and killed 18 people at a restaurant and bar and bowling alley. One victim as young as 14 years old. The motive remains unclear.
It's unnerving, but today just feels, it's like this big weight off your shoulders.
While communities are feeling relieved the search is over, it's not enough to ease the pain families are going through.
Kids are going to grow up without a dad. You know, it's horrible. I mean, this is going to go on for years and years and years. They'll never forget it.
And thanks to Matthew Torres of our sister station in Maine. Many people in Lisbon and Lewiston left the house for the first time in days. Even with the threat eliminated, emotions are still running high. Our team coverage continues with Fox 61's Brooke Griffin in Lewiston.
Well, the thing I want to stress is that we can't really talk about finding a new normal because that's just simply not the case. There's nothing normal about this community having to find a way to move on with their lives when 18 of their friends and family don't get that chance.
All these people that lost loved ones, I can be settled and back to almost normalcy, but these people, they'll have to live with this for a while, a long while.
After 3 sleepless nights, the Lewiston community is emotional as they leave their home for the first time since police say 40-year-old Robert Card killed 18 people and injured 13 others Wednesday night, prompting a shelter-in-place order for those who were scared, angry, and upset.
We don't lock our doors. I mean, I locked my doors until they found him.
Investigation leaders say Card was found dead Friday night from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. For the first time in more than 48 hours, locals here telling us they were able to get some rest.
I think it allows us to have to process. I think it gave the whole state a chance to breathe.
Now the loss is being felt. Businesses are open. People are out and about. Physically, many people trying to move on, but mentally, it's just not that easy.
And those who are recovering, they have to live with their wounds, you know, constant reminders that they have been wounded emotionally and physically by this tragic situation.
The entire country now knows where Lewiston is on a map. Mainers are now asking one thing of those who are tuning in.
Pride ourselves on our beauty and our oceans and our scenery. And so to hear that we're now the largest mass shooting for 2023 is disheartening. And so I just hope it doesn't define us as a state, because it's not really who we are.
And as for the community here, well, strangers have turned into family, trying to come together after being ripped apart.
But you just take one day at a time. That's all you can do. And be there for those who need it. You know, give them a hug, give them a kind word. Just let them know that you're there.
And as for the next few days, that investigation at those sites will continue, and there will also be vigils scheduled. Those are for today, tomorrow, and I'm sure many more to come. Anybody is welcome to attend to those who would like to try to process this grief. In Maine, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Brooke. A member of one of those families who have been given the green light to come out of their homes hails from Connecticut. Fox 61 had the opportunity to talk to the Bowdoin fire chief today, who is from Norfork. Thomas Garapi says what happened Wednesday night was not a good representation of Maine. He moved to the state in 1991 for the tight-knit communities and his love of nature. While residents there are physically better knowing Robert Card is no longer a threat, the emotional damage will take a while to recover from.
I think there'll be a lot of communication, a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, and I think we're going to need to establish ways of taking care of each other and watching after each other. As early as this morning, I heard somebody mention about a neighborhood watch. You need to know who your neighbors are. You need to talk to them. You may not know 2 people down the road, but it's time to get out and introduce yourself and take care of each other.
Chief Garapi are reminding everyone the town has plenty of resources available in terms of stress or crisis management. He is urging everyone to take advantage of these services to help each other heal. Connecticut's news station will continue to follow the latest developments coming out of Maine over the next few days. You can follow any updates and get alerts sent right to your mobile device by downloading the free Fox 61 News app for your smartphone or tablet. Tonight, a shooting on the campus of Worcester State University in Massachusetts is under investigation. The shots rang out around 2:30 this morning. 2 victims were wounded. The campus issued a shelter-in-place order and did not lift it until 9:30 this morning. That meant homecoming and a number of events were canceled. We are told neither the victims nor the suspect in the shootings is a student. And time now for the weather watch. It doesn't get any stranger than this. Summer-like temperatures at the end of October. When will it start to feel like fall again? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Hi, Rach.
Yeah, we don't have to wait long. Tomorrow, temperatures come crashing back down again. I took my son for a corn maze today, and I don't know how many times he said, "Mom, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot." I'm like, I know. Today's record was shattered. 84 degrees in the Hartford area. The old record, an old standing record, 81, that was set back all the way in 1919. No surprise that we ended up breaking records today. We did it along the shoreline too. 77, the old record 72 in Bridgeport. And here's a look at other high temperatures across the state today. But it will be up to 30 degrees cooler tomorrow. You're really going to notice that. And not only is it cooler, but we also have some rain to time out for you. So while it was nice to have a great sunny Saturday for a change, our first completely dry weekend still remains elusive. Temperatures right now in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. Quiet right now, but you can see rain heading in our direction, and we'll see that developing as we head through the morning and into the afternoon. But we're dry overnight. We're going to start the day off with temperatures right around the 50-degree mark, and we'll actually see temperatures falling as we head through the midday and into the afternoon with off and on rain, so keep the umbrella handy. You'll need it Monday too. We dry out, but it is chilly for Halloween. We'll talk about it coming up. Carmen.
Tonight, police in Danbury are investigating a gruesome murder-suicide as the state's latest incident of domestic violence. A police officer witnessed one part of the crime as it unfolded. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner is in Danbury tonight.
Since the beginning of the year, there have been at least 7 domestic-related murders across Connecticut, 4 of them being murder-suicides, the latest one being right here in Danbury.
Nothing like fatal attraction, love killing.
In the High Ridge Road community in Danbury, a neighbor who didn't want her face shown on camera says to hear about a fatal double stabbing in the middle of the day was unsettling.
All that is shocking and scary.
According to police, an on-duty officer heard an argument on High Ridge Road. When he responded, he saw a man standing over a woman who had been stabbed in the road. Police say the officer got out to help, and then the man stabbed himself in the chest. Police say they were both taken to the hospital where they later died. They also say the two were in a relationship and lived together.
Domestic violence is a public health crisis, plain and simple.
In the last year, Danbury has had 2 murder-suicide cases, another one last November. Domestic violence experts say there were 7 murder-suicides this time last year across the state and 8 in all. And while the numbers are down this year, they say that there is help to prevent them all.
We want survivors to know that they are not alone. There are advocates across the state available 24 hours a day, ready to help, ready to listen, ready to be that guide and support.
And for more information on how to get help regarding domestic violence, you can head to our website at fox61.com. In Danbury, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thanks, DeAndrea. Police in another Connecticut town investigated an incident of domestic violence today with a different outcome. Police were called to Griswold Road in Wethersfield just after 12 noon. A woman had been injured by a man with a gun, and as a precaution, the Capital Region Emergency Services Team, or CREST, assisted officers, and the man surrendered without anyone else getting hurt.